What's up, people? This is Big Boss Calvin 83. I gotta talk about this. I mean, the whole Me Too bullshit is fucking ridiculous. I mean, I still got other topics and stories to cover. So what I'm going to do is this, and what I'm going to do is try to break a piece by piece. My videos may be damn near an hour long, but understand, I'm not talking out of my ass and rambling. You got to understand, sometimes when my videos are long, I am covering deep shit, deep topics. I'm going in depth. I'm going in depth. You know what I'm saying? I'm going in depth. I'm trying to get y'all to understand. I got to break a lot of stuff down. I got to go about the history of the thing, what's going on currently. I got to express my feelings and thoughts and opinions and personal experiences. I got to share my perception and what I see obvious, which is factual. So, and plus I got to have proof. So that's why that's why sometimes my stuff can be mad long, and you got to understand why that is. I don't really got time to do story by story, here and there. A lot of times I gotta fuse a lot of topics together that are related and relevant, so I can get but I also do that so y'all can understand and see things from multiple sides and angles, front to back, left to right. You know what I'm saying? So understand why I do it like that. I had to talk about this. I'm still going to talk about the whole Rose McGowan. And what's the other chick's name? I mean, I don't know. I forgot her name. I mean, I don't know her name, but she got busted for sleeping with an underage boy back in the day. But, and Rose McGowan ain't trying to fuck with her, even though Rose McGowan is on some hypocritical bullshit herself. And then you got other these female Me Too activists who have slept with underage men, underage boys, underage males, men who are underage, you know what I'm saying? Young men who are underage and not 18 yet. And I'm talking about in middle school, to a point of middle school, even starting middle school. And you don't see and hear stories like that. And the reason why that is, they try to hide that shit because it does not fit the gynocentric, feminazi, misandric agenda and the male bashing and the demonization of men and boys. So understand that. And plus, they try to target a certain demographic. You notice most of these cases where women are accused of raping men and boys and molesting boys, and women are accused. Not allegedly, blatantly obvious having inappropriate relationship. You got female teachers having inappropriate relationships with male students, and some of them get pregnant, and the guy got to pay child support for this bitch, and he's underage. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? A lot of times, you got these women preying on young boys. A lot of women like to put this front. They don't like younger dudes, but they might not. But here's the thing. Here's my perception of that. A lot of times they may like to fuck with younger guys. They may not like to fuck with a guy who a few years younger, but then at the same time, they'll fuck with a younger guy, who's in high school or starting high school or in the middle or damn near about to finish high school, and preying on him and try to take his virginity. And some women get a thrill of trying to fuck with dudes who they think are virgins. Believe it or not, they don't want to fuck with a guy who's a virgin, but at the same time, but when it comes to somebody underage or somebody, maybe they're just feeling of this dude or just curious or trying to see if they can try to put it on him. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes women get a thrill of, okay, this guy don't want to have sex. I'm going to see if I can put it on him, see if I can hook him up. You know what I'm saying? But you got a lot of women who are sexually obsessed, a lot of women who are pedophiles. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of women who are female rapists and raping men and boys and fucking girls, raping women too. But, they don't want to put that out there. They're trying to make women the angel and men the devil. You know what I'm saying? But y'all got to understand, when they talk about toxic masculinity, you got to understand last time I checked, women can give birth to males as well as females. So if that's the case, if men are toxic, then the woman is toxic. His mother is toxic. You know what I'm saying? The female, there's toxic femininity, damn it. I always get stuck at that word. Toxic masculinity comes from toxic femininity. Okay, you understand? And you know, and let me say it like this, y'all. I notice a lot of these cases, women are accused of sexually harassing men and other women molesting boys and girls, raping boys and girls, raping men and raping other women, but mainly men. The reason why that is because a lot of these chicks are Caucasian females, y'all. That's why they don't want to put it out there. They're trying to portray the so-called white female as the angel and the moral standard. And you know damn well they ain't the moral standard, y'all. Those who are woke and conscious and awake and know what the fuck is going on out here. And they try to demonize men, particularly black men, for all this fuckery when it comes from Caucasian males. But where did Caucasian get it from? Caucasian females. I told you that Caucasian female, that white woman, that white female is the fucking devil of everything. She's the original devil. She is the original devil. Satan's mama. That's what you got to worry about. Fuck her son. Worry about the male devil. Worry about the she devil. Worry about Satan's mother. Satan's mother is dangerous. This is why we got evil in the first place, because of the Caucasian female. That's why Caucasian males behave badly and do the dirt that they do, and they enable that shit. But you know what? I can go in debt, but I got a lot of sources and I got a lot of proof why that is, but that's a different video for a different time. So let me get started. Woman who accused Brett Kavanaugh, how the fuck you say his last name? Brett Kavanaugh. I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to pronounce it. Woman who accused Brett Kavanaugh of sexual assault speaks out in account published by Washington Post. Okay? Washington, the woman who wrote a confidential letter accusing Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh of sexual assaulting her when they were in high school, says she feared for her life during the attack. Okay, I want to know. She needs to go in depth. Okay, she needs to break that down, because I ain't buying what she's fucking selling to me right now. I thought, this is in quotes, I thought he might inadvertently kill me. For real, bitch? For real, Christine? Miss me with that bullshit. But I digress. Christine Blasey Ford, age 51, a research psychologist in Northern California, told Washington Post in an interview published Sunday. He was trying to attack me and remove my clothing, Ford said. Okay. Let me continue. I digress. The Post interview marks the first time that Ford has allowed her name to be disclosed since her accusations against Kavanaugh became public last week. Kavanaugh has denied the allegations. There's something don't smell right, but I digress. In a statement to NBC News on Sunday, the White House said on Friday Judge Kavanaugh categorically and unequivocally unequivocally denied this allegation. This has not changed. Judge Kavanaugh and the statement White House both stand by that statement. The Senate Judiciary Committee is likely to vote on Kavanaugh's nomination Thursday. But after the Post published Ford's account Sunday, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat New York, don't trust them Democrats, called for the vote to delay until at a very minimum. These serious, incredible allegations are thoroughly investigated. Yes, when you're a Caucasian male, yes, they're gonna do a thorough check. Had he been a black man, you know they would have locked his ass up despite the statute of limitations. Look at what they did to Bill Cosby, y'all, and the other brothers. To try to get Russell Simmons, Jamie Foxx, all types of other black male celebrities. You know, and that bitch Lisa Bloom and Gloria Allred. On that bullshit, on that racist, misandric bullshit. You know what's going on. All of a sudden, now they want to, since people are calling out Gloria Allred and Lisa Blooms, now they want to go after Caucasian males, or they got a lot of Caucasian females, majority, because if it was a bunch of women of color, they won't give a shit. Now all of a sudden they want to cash in, and that's what it's about. When you are a so-called white male, you are innocent until proven guilty. But when you are a black man in America, free K's, don't get that shit twisted and fucked up. Y'all, you are guilty, and they will make sure to push this narrative that you're guilty. You're guilty, and they will continue to say you're guilty, even though you got DNA evidence that you're innocent, and proof and evidence and witnesses that you're innocent. Even if the person says, "Oh, I lied," they're innocent, and that white bitch don't get no jail time. Them bitches don't get no jail time. Okay, but I digress. For far too long, for far too long, when women have made serious let me start again. For far too long, when women have made serious allegations of abuse, they have been ignored. Schumer said, "I'm bullshit. First of all, dude, that's fucking bullshit. When women make accusations against men, particularly non-Caucasian males, black men, so-called black men specifically, it is never ignored. It is approved and honored. But when black men have to defend themselves and got all types of proof and witnesses and documentation that they're innocent, and most of the time, and them bitches are lying to begin with. All types of evidence, DNA evidence that I did not do this shit. I come across mad articles, y'all. So many articles of men being released from prison after 30 fucking years. Average of 30 fucking years to life. They were doing a life sentence. Now 30 years, an average of 30 years later, they're released from jail because the bitch lied, but nothing happened. And they found out through DNA evidence and witnesses coming forward and what have you. Because some of these witnesses are told to shut the fuck up by the crooked-ass police and the government itself. Okay? Now all of a sudden, there's evidence that proves that these men who are falsely accused are innocent. There's no apology. There's no reparations. There's nothing. He's fucked for life. There's nothing in the front page to say, hey, the bitch lied. They don't put her on blast. Especially when she's identified as a white female. Okay? As a Caucasian female, they can say shit to men of color, but when it comes to accusing their own male counterparts of dirt, they can't do that. They want to wait to 20, 30, 40 goddamn years to say shit because they're trying to cash in, because these bitches hit the goddamn wall and they're mad as hell that no man is checking for her. No man from old to her age group, to middle, to young, and those who are entering adolescence and puberty. They're not masturbating and trying to fuck her. They're not hitting on her, and she's mad as hell. Her career, she failed in life, and she don't want to take responsibility and wants to blame everybody else. Okay? So Schumer Schumer or Schumer. I mean, I don't know. I think he's one of Amy Schumer's relatives. He's full of shit. Okay, that's bullshit. What you said was fucking disingenuous. But I digress. Quotes, that cannot continue to happen this case. That cannot happen in this case. That cannot happen in this case. To railroad a vote now would be an insult to the women of America, but they say America, and the integrity of the Supreme Court, which is bullshit to begin with. Other Democrats on the Judiciary Committee also called for the vote to be delayed, including Senator Dick Durbin, who called on the FBI to complete a professional investigation, of what he called, in quotes, serious critical allegations. So there's quotes of complete professional investigation, then there's quotations of serious critical allegations. Excuse me. Quotes, we also must respect and listen to Dr. Ford. Fuck that bitch, but I digress. Who is now a target of professional attacks. The bitch should be. She's fucking bullshitting and lying. And she has an agenda to wait that damn long, but I digress. Because she had the courage to come forward. That's not fucking courage, but but I'm going to touch on that at the end of the articles, okay? The Illinois Democrats said in a statement, Republicans, however, show no signs of budgeting. Grassley's office issued a statement that called for his account on uncorroborated allegations, and that's in quotes, uncorroborated allegations, and noted that there's no such allegations had turned up during the 6 times the FBI has looked up to Kavanaugh's background over his decades of public service. The statement also blasted Democrats' tactics and motives for bringing up the allegations to light just days. Let me read that again in quotes. Tactics and motives. That's a quote. That's a quotes. Now continue. From the beginning, the allegations to light just days before the committee is set to vote. This isn't an agenda. They have an agenda going on out here. That's why they're pushing this shit. Believe that. According to the Post, Ford, a professor at Palo Alto University who teaches in a cornerstone with Stanford University, training graduate students in clinical psychology. This bitch is crazy, but okay. Her work has been widely published in public journals. They're trying to push her up to make her seem like she's a victim and she's a woman of integrity, which is disingenuous and bullshit and a goddamn lie. But I digress. Ford said she decided to come forward and tell her story after bare bones version of the events become public without her name and consent, prompting a denial from Kavanaugh and throwing his nomination into turmoil. They're trying to take this dude down. That's what they're trying to do. There's a reason behind this shit. According to Ford, the attack occurred during the summer of the 1980s. Really, bitch? But I digress. When she and Kavanaugh attended a gathering with other teenagers at a house in Montgomery County, Maryland. Ford contends that Kavanaugh and a friend, both of them she described as stumbling drunk, corralled into a bedroom. Okay, so this bitch was trying to get it on. Well, I mean, come on. Even if you're drunk and fucked up, but she's sober enough too willing to fuck this dude, this guy, these guys, and take her clothes off and get wild. Now all of a sudden she got buyer's remorse, and now she want to prick tease and strip tease and change up on him, and then she want to cry rape. Even if he did rape her, my thing is she put herself in that situation which was ignorant of her, because you're teasing a person and fucking their mind and putting them with their feelings. Let's go with that. Okay. You can say no all you want, but you can't say it's like this. There's dudes who played with women's emotions and feelings, played with their sexual arousal, got them all turned on, about to climax, and then they want to stop, and then they want to deny her sex, get when she all hot and bothered, and then she beats his ass and kills him, or she takes advantage of him and rapes him, at gunpoint with a knife or a machete, gunpoint, what have you, but she's in the right. Even though he said no himself. I thought no means no for both parties. Oh, I forgot. Men's lives don't fucking matter, but I fucking digress. While his friend watched, Ford said Kavanaugh pinned her to a bed. They were having rough sex. I'm not buying what she's selling to me, but I digress. On her back and groped her over clothes, but she got all wild and freaky with him previously. But okay. Whatever, bitch. Kavanaugh grinded his body against her, attempted to pull off a piece of her bathing suit and the clothing she wore over it. And she said, when she tried to scream, she said he put his hand over her mouth. Okay. Ford said she was able to escape when Kavanaugh's friend and a classmate at Georgetown Preparatory School, Mark Judge, jumped on top of them, sending all three tumbling. And she said she ran from the room, briefly locked herself in the bathroom, then fled the house. How come this bitch didn't call 911? But okay, whatever. I'll just go with what she's saying, what she's stating. Ford described the attack in late July in a confidential letter to Senator Dianne Feinstein of California, the top Democrat on the Senate Judiciary Committee, who honored Ford's request for confidentiality, but referred to the matter to. Okay, I'm back. Let me touch. Basically, where was I? Okay, Ford described the attack in late July in a confidential letter to Senator Dianne Feinstein of California, the top Democrat on the Senate Judiciary Committee, who honored Ford's request for confidentiality but referred the matter to the FBI. The Bureau added it to Kavanaugh's background investigation file, but it's not pursuing a criminal investigation. The Post said Ford also had contacted the Post said Ford also had contacted the paper through a tip line in early June, when it had become clear that Kavanaugh was on the short list for the Supreme Court nomination. Ford said she never told anyone but the attack until 2012. What is wrong? Why do y'all bitches wait so damn long? When it's a black man, right, if it's true or not, a lot of times it's a goddamn lie. Y'all have no hesitation to come forward. But when it's a Caucasian male, I can't do that. And I think the reason why they do that shit, and here's my honest opinion and my perspective on this, is because, when you're dealing with Caucasian males, they do not want to be out. They don't want to be kicked out of the community. They don't want to be kicked out of the white community. They want white privilege, and they want to benefit off of white supremacy, as they would say it. I had a Caucasian chick tell me this when I had a debate with her, and the reason why they don't go after Caucasian males, what she said, white males, is because white males provide her the freedom, the wealth, the power, the prestige. They benefit off of white patriarchy, and they benefit off of white supremacy. That's what she told me, and that's why they don't want to call out their male counterparts, because they need their male counterparts to maintain the system of Caucasian supremacy and enjoy the fruits of terrorizing people of color and oppressing them, and enjoy benefiting off of racism, where Caucasian females have a huge hand and are a huge factor in racism. No joke. This is for real. That's why I say Caucasian females are way more racist and dangerous than Caucasian males. And that's a fact. They are the first Caucasian supremacist teachers to teach their children to hate black folks. Okay? Mainly black folks, and other people of color. Brown folks. But mainly black folks, mainly to hate black people and fear black people and do harm to black people and encourage racial violence to where black people are victimized, especially black men. And they encourage black women to get raped by these colonizer males, these colonized punk-ass males who rape black women and get away, and they stand by their male counterparts and loyal to him. Okay? Now, let me say this again. Ford said she never told anyone about the attack until 2012 when she was in a couples therapy with her husband. The Post said portions of the therapist's notes were made available to the paper, and that while Covenants wasn't mentioned by name, the records indicate that Ford told her therapist that she had been attacked by students from elitist boys' school who went to become highly respected and high-ranking members of society in Washington. Really? They ain't too high right now. Notes from an individual therapy session the following year showed Ford described a rape attempt in her late teens. So which was it, an actual rape or an attempted rape? Okay, I'm confused here. Ford's husband, Russell Ford, told the Post, that in their 2012 therapy session, she recounted the attack and that she used Kavanaugh's last name and voiced concern that he might one day be nominated to the Supreme Court. And basically, she has a vendetta. She's wants to be spiteful and vindictive to take him down. Rather he's guilty or not, she don't want him to win. That's why. She's trying to destroy him. Okay? This is not about poetic justice, because if it was poetic justice, she would have went to the goddamn cops. She would have told her parents, her family members, her friends, the police about what happened. Why didn't she do that? Because I bet you money she did some illegal shit too, and she didn't want to get in trouble. But my thing is, damn that, if I did some fucked up illegal shit like underage drinking and drugs and shit, and I was caught hoeing and shit, you know what? Fuck all that. I want justice. I'll take the punishment for that anyway. You know what I'm saying? So what? People gonna frown on me. My family's pissed. The fact is, I should not be taken advantage of like that. But that's not how these females think out here. They want to protect themselves and try to paint themselves as an angel especially when they do dirt, especially when it comes to domestic violence as well as rape and just, you know, when it comes to just sex and just bad relationships with men, dealing with men. They always want to portray themselves as the innocent one, the victim, even though they're likely at times the shit starter, the initiator, and the aggressor. And violent one, or they hit first, or they start shit first, or fuck up shit. They want to blame it on him. Okay? Ford also took a polygraph test administered by a former FBI agent on the advice of her attorney in early August. The paper said the test concluded that she was being truthful when she said a statement summarizing her allegations. Let me say this before I continue. Just because somebody takes a polygraph test and passes it, that don't mean they're telling the truth. And even if they do, and just because they take a polygraph test, unless they lie, like this. They can lie and pass a polygraph test. They can lie and say they did some shit and pass a polygraph test. And sometimes when they tell the truth, they can fail a polygraph test. So you can't go by that. That's why they don't allow that shit in the courts. In the court system. That's why they don't allow polygraph tests, because it's not accurate like that. Ford said she does not remember some key details of the incident, but believes it occurred in the summer of 1982. Let me tell y'all something. When I had bad experiences and pain and suffering, mistreatment, I may not remember the exact day, but I know the month of what happened. I know that, actually, I take that back. When shit has happened to me, y'all, I still remember the exact date and time. I may not remember everything because things were happening so fast, but I remember a specific time of what happened to me, or what day it fell on, the date in the month, in the year. Okay? When she was 15, around the end of her sophomore year, at the all-girls Halton Arms School in Bethesda, and that's in Maryland. I'm familiar with that town. Kavanon would have been 17 at the end of Kavanon would have been 17 at the end of his junior year at Georgetown Prep. The Post said when it saw comment Sunday, the White House forwarded a statement of Kavanon issued last week. I categorically and unequivocally deny this allegation. I did not do this back in high school or at any time. That's in his quotes, his words. Judge also denied in newspaper interviews that the incident occurred. In addition, Republicans on the Judiciary Committee have released a letter of support from 65 women who knew the 53-year-old federal court's appeal judge during his high school years at Georgetown Prep. Excuse me. An all-boys Jesuit school in Bethesda, Maryland. Quotes, the entire time we knew, for the entire time we have known Brett Kavanaugh. He has behaved honorably and treated women with respect. The letter said, Feinstein said Sunday that the FBI should investigate the allegation against Kavanaugh before the committee moves forward with his nomination. Quotes, it has been Mrs. Ford's decision rather to come forward publicly, the senator said. For any woman sharing experience involving sexual assault, particularly when it comes to a politically connected man with influence and authority and power, it's extraordinarily difficult. That's bullshit. I mean, shut the fuck up, bitch. Quotes, from the outset, Feinstein said, I have believed these allegations were extremely serious and bear heavily on Judge Kavanaugh's character. However, as we have seen over the past few days, they also come at a price for the victim. How is she a victim? But okay. I hope the attacks and shaming of her will stop, and this will be treated with the seriousness it deserves. No, she shouldn't have. Statute of limitations. She waited too damn long to say shit. Okay? Christine Ford, this is a tweet from, this is from the Negro bedwench bitch, Camilla Harris. She's a bedwench, and I don't respect this bitch at all. But okay, let me read the tweet. The only thing I like about her is that she got pretty feet. But okay. Christine Bosley for courageously stepped forward to tell her story. It is incredible and serious allegation. The Senate has constitutional responsibility to scrutinize Scott's nominees. A vote on Kavanaugh's nomination must be delayed until there is such federal investigation. First of all, this bitch ain't no fucking hero who's coming forward to, you know, get this dude, to get him, you know, that you see in the picture right now. She ain't no hero. Anybody who waits past statute of limitations, anybody who waits, if you don't report it within the statute of limitations, I don't take you seriously. To me, you're up to something. A woman, or even a man, ain't no damn hero if you wait for something to happen to you and you don't report it right away. Within 72 hours. I say 48 hours. Okay? If you don't say shit the minute it happens, after it happens to you, and you wait 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, you're full of shit. Because the only reason why you're doing this, because you have an agenda to fuck somebody's life up. And the only reason why you didn't say shit, it has nothing to do with men being in power. Women have power too. Okay? That power, they have power is bullshit. Did they have a knife and a gun? Were they able to whoop your ass? They didn't back you into no damn corner. And fuck that. If they did have power like that, you come back swinging. You fight back. You don't take the abuse all these years, and then the minute you kiss ass, fucking suck, and eat pussy to get where you need to be, where you want to be. All of a sudden, because when you kiss somebody's ass, suck up to them, eat their pussy, suck their dick, and fuck them with your own agenda, and then when it backfires and you fall short and you fail badly in life, you don't want to blame it. You don't want to take any responsibility for where you fucked up at. You want to blame everybody else and blame that person because you kissed ass, you painted to this person or persons, you took all this abuse and crap. The minute you didn't get your way, you want to flip, and now all of a sudden you mad and bitter. And you got buyer's remorse. You're bitter and you got sour grapes. And now you're mad because people ain't giving you shit or you don't have what you want to have. You fucked up in life and you just want to hold this grudge and blame everybody when you should blame yourself. Even if the person did do you wrong, you don't respond, you don't fight back, you don't clap back, you don't fight. You don't come forward, right away. I'm talking about the shit happened to you at 2 o'clock. Now it's like 3 o'clock. Say shit. But I don't care. If it happened to me at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I'm reporting that shit less than 5 minutes, y'all. I'm not waiting 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Because I'm mad. That's stupid. You ain't no damn hero. You're a fucking bitch. You're a fucking coward. The only reason why you're saying stuff because you're mad because they're living better than you. You got to look at your damn self. Right now, I'm going to go into this. I got something else to show you and how they do men who are victims of the type of stuff women say they are. When men are victims of sex crimes from women, mainly, nobody gives a shit. A man can be a victim from a sex crime from another guy. From a gay guy, nobody gives a shit. When a man is a victim of a sex crime from a woman, nobody gives a fuck. Even if he reports it right away, they laugh at his ass and dismiss it. I'll show you what I mean. This is just one of the females who are accused of sexual misconduct, accused of sexual assault and rape, coming from male victims, okay? I got so many articles and reports, and I'm going to have to do a video, and I'm probably might have to do it in parts. And I'm going to prove to you that women can be evil and conniving, like I already proved, violent, cannot be trusted. Women can be sexual predators too. Women can be sexual predators, perverts, pedophiles too. Women can sexually abuse and sexually assault people too and rape people too. So don't get that shit twisted that is one-sided, that the other gender cannot do bad. You cannot say that one gender is only good and the other gender is bad, but yet these same females want to scream equality from the gender that they say is bad, but they're getting all types of special treatment from the gender that say is bad and stupid and a degenerate and loser. What does that say about these bitches? Jamie Luner accused accuser. She gave me drugs, taping underage sexual encounter. The man accusing Mellow Prey star Jamie Luner of performing oral sex on him when he was only 16 claims she piled him with drugs and taped their encounter, but she's calling BS. Okay, so when a woman dismisses it, we just gotta go with what the fuck she says. You see the double standard? But I digress. Anthony Oliver tells TMZ he met Luner through his older brother in the late 1990s. He was not an actor, but scored an invitation to a party at Luner's Studio City home in 1998. Anthony claims she loosened him up with the booze and the drugs before they went into a room with a third person. Anthony claims the other person was recording while Luner performed oral sex. I want to see the damn tape. We broke the story. Anthony filed a police report last month. As for why he waited 20 years, he says the therapist he's seeing for alcoholism suggested he report the alleged incident. Wait a minute, time the fuck out. You see how they are stating the article when a male accuser accuses a woman of. Let me say it like this. You see the double standards here. You see how when a male accuser accuses a woman of sexual misconduct, accuses a woman of committing a sex crime on him, violating him, sexually assaulting him, sexually harassing him, raping the fuck out of him. You notice how now there's a different tone. Now it's alleged. But when women accuse men of shit, it's not alleged. And you know when a man's black, there ain't no alleged in nothing. Now the only dudes, demographic of males who get the alleged are so-called white males. But when it comes to women, specifically so-called white females, when they're accused of sex crimes, it's alleged. You notice that shit. Okay, where was I? As for why he waited 20 years, he says the therapist he's seeing for alcoholism suggested he report the alleged incident. He also says he told his family back in 1998, but because the mother was a local politician at the time, they were hesitant to go public. Damn! Fuck that shit. Why? Because she didn't want to lose the damn race. Fuck that. Your kid just got raped. Your kid got molested, got sexually assaulted, got raped, got drugged, and got taken advantage of and violated. But you cared more about your job, your political agenda. That's a bad mother. And because a boy is accusing a grown woman of taking advantage of him, violating him, sexually assaulting him, molesting him, raping the fuck out of him, drugging him, and taking advantage of him, or raping him. And I don't give a damn if he went along with it. You know, he's still a kid, okay? Now, if a guy did the same thing to an underage female, it wouldn't matter if she went along with it. He's still guilty. A fucking double standard. Talk about gynocentrism, female privilege, and misandry, and this is why I hate feminism. Jamie Rep tells us she empathetically denies these allegations. Fuck you, bitch. You're evil as hell. All right, here's the latest of this particular story. Melrose Place star $250 million sexual assault lawsuit dismissed. Jamie Luner is off the hook. Oh shit. Let me get this shit out of here. Jamie Luner is off the hook in that massive $250 million sexual assault lawsuit she was facing, TMZ has learned. The judge dismissed the lawsuit Anthony Oliver filed earlier this year because the judge is either a feminazi, either a bitch, a fucking female, and is a fucking feminist and hates men too, and she's sexist, or is a fucking typical male judge who's a fucking simp, manjana, and pandering to females, catering to feminists, so he can still maintain his position and still advance, and with his own agenda. Okay, pandering to the feminist overlords, but I digress. Let me finish. The judge dismissed the lawsuit Anthony Oliver filed earlier this year. TMZ broke the story. Oliver claimed that the Melrose Place star had piled him with alcohol and drugs at a party in 1998 when he was just 16 and then had sex with him. The judge tossed it based on statute of limitations out. Oliver has waited 20 years to file the suit. It needed to be filed within 8 years after turning 18 or within 3 years of discovery of repressed memory. Jamie's reps told us the whole allegation was unfounded, and believed it was part of a target extortion scheme. Like the other guys, Brett's case, like Brett Kavanaugh's case ain't the same thing. But I digress, whatever. And believed it was part of a target extortion scheme. The rep also said Oliver had a suburb history with the courts, filing 27 lawsuits. Worth noting, he's appealing the dismissal. So it's funny how they demonize the guy, for accusing Jamie Luner of, sexual assault, being drugged, and victimized. But when it comes to, wait, hold on a second. I'm back. But when it comes to this low-life cunt bitch, Christine Bosley Ford, this washed-up 51-year-old hoe, who's a college professor, there's no statute of limitations, and they're trying to push this narrative that she don't have no agenda, and that she's a victim. Jamie Luner, and I'm not saying Brett Kavanaugh is innocent, okay? You know what I'm saying? But I know Jamie Luner ain't innocent her damn self. I think Anthony Oliver is a victim too. And I do perceive Christine Bosley Ford a victim as well, but I'm tired of the selective outrage. You know where I'm going with this? You know what I'm saying? They're making Christine Bosley Ford a victim, but you notice, and throughout this report, you know what I'm saying? Let me see the original. Let me show you the original. It's like They're not demonizing her character. They're not bringing up her past. They're not exposing her skeletons. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's nothing in here. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. There's nothing negative about her. Nothing is negative about her dirt and her checkered past. There's nothing. And we all have a checkered past here. Just look. I mean, there's nothing here. I mean, it's like ridiculous as hell that they always, when men have an issue with women, they want to dig in our past. But when women do, but when it comes to women, you can't do that mess. It's the same with the so-called black and white issue. When it comes to Caucasians doing dirt, they hide that shit. When they have a complaint, they don't bring that shit up. But when it comes to black people, when we victimized of racism and terrorism and disrespect and rape and murder, oh, they want to demonize us and bring up our so-called checkered past. When we have a valid complaint out here, or bring up black on black crime, you know what I'm saying? But I never hear white on white crime, and I never hear woman on woman crime. I never hear how when women couple up together, when two lesbians get together, how violent and toxic the relationship is, and how people are fucked up by them. When women do dirt onto people, and by doing dirt to men and boys, oh, it is an excuse. You know what I'm saying? When men have a complaint, they want to just expose everything about us. But when women have dirt, you know, when women come forward, you never see and hear any dirt on them. They're squeaky clean. They have a clean record, and we know that's a damn lie. Oh, they have dirt, but they suppress that shit, and they don't throw it in her face. Even if she has a history of being a hoe, even though she has a history of abuse, violence and shit, doing violent crimes, committing crimes, they never throw that out there unless it's a black woman. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time they do that shit. You know, as a black man, you know what they're going to do. But that just proves my point of the selective outrage, and this shit needs to fucking stop. I'm tired.